Hello everyone on YouTube. Welcome to this pick a card reading. So, as you can see here, I've got 3 tumblestones. So we've got rainforest jasper, tiger's eye, and carnelian. Now this pick a card reading is, what's your next big adventure going to be? And this is pile 1, rainforest jasper, pile number 2, tiger's eye, pile number 3, carnelian. If you would like some more time, you can pause the video. You can pick, I don't think I ever say this, but you hear it on the other pick a card readings. If you're drawn to more than one, or you just want to watch the whole thing through, it's up to you. Just listen to your intuition and take what resonates, leave what doesn't. And yeah, enjoy the reading. So pause the video now if you need some more time, and I'm going to get stuck into pile number 1. So hello, pile number 1. You pick this rainforest jasper here, and we will get stuck into your reading and to see what your next great adventure will be. There's 3. Okay, so there's those. Alright, let's turn these over and see what we've got. So pile number 1, you've got pilgrimage, so opportunities and growth. Ooh, this should be interesting. So very spiritual. They found our foundations community. The guide, inheritance, correction. Okay. And then you've got this one, Uluru. I have power, it is real, I create my destiny, I carry the greatness of my ancestors in my body and soul. Wow. That is very interesting, pile number 1. So your next big adventure is really about going within, getting in touch with your ancestors, which will lead you to be quite a pillar within your community. It's as if you're going on a spiritual quest of sorts. And I'm sorry, my cat's at the door. I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that, pile number 1. So your next big adventure is really getting in touch, going within and having a spiritual awakening. This one, pilgrimage. It's very much getting in touch with your ancestors and your history, which will bring you closer to your community, is what's coming in as well. That's actually really beautiful. Getting in touch with Mother Earth. It'll be a bit scary. But I think you're more than ready for it, pile number 1. So whatever spiritual practice that your ancestors come from, whether it's or Christianity, shamanism, whatever it is your ancestors practiced previously is definitely going to be a big part of your life. It's as if you're shedding your old skin and stepping into the new as well. Transitioning from, you probably lived a bit more of a freer life. The Chariot moving. 5 of Swords, okay. You might have had a problematic past. A wish. King Cups, hopes and fears. Balance. 6 of Swords, moving away. The Devil. The Wise Ones. Oh, interesting. And then you got 10 of Swords at the end. It's as if, palm number 1, I would not be so surprised if you had issues with the law, if you've had issues with addiction. It's as if you've had this cry for help and your ancestors have heard you and they've sent you away to sort of go within and deal with your inner demons, your inner turmoil. Your hope, originally when you set out to do this, your hopes and fears is this King of Cups here. It's like balanced emotions. But what you're not seeing is very few have control over their emotions like that. But even then, it's, you definitely have an ebb and flow about you. You definitely are very, I don't think you realize just how connected you are to and highly sensitive to like seasons, the earth, frequencies, and that you're probably hypersensitive, but you don't realize it. It's kind of causes chaotic atmosphere. I'm not picking up someone who steps down from a fight. You're definitely very confrontational, which has probably got you into trouble in the past. And you really need this because you're at a period in your life that it's like either make or break. You need to face yourself, face your demons, face your addictions, and sort of come to terms with who and what you are, which will lead you back to, you've got the outcome here. So you've got the 6 of Swords going away, dealing with it. The Devil, you're facing your fears, you're facing your demons, you're facing your addictions. And then you've got the Wise Ones here. It's as if your ancestors come in and they're just talking you through it and making you realize that there isn't really necessarily anything wrong with you. And it's not necessarily about balancing emotions and being in control. It's more you facing yourself and your inner demons and realizing you are who you are. Sorry, just putting the stone up here. You are who you are, and that's never going to change. There's nothing wrong with you. You need to accept the fact that you are sensitive. Even though you probably don't like me even saying the word sensitive, but there are many different types of sensitive, just like there's many different types of strong or stoic or different meanings. It just means you can feel things, but you don't realize you're feeling them. You're sensitive to everything around you, to your environment, to even things you cannot see. I don't think you realize just how hypersensitive you are, but also by the same token, you're very confrontational. Like if you see a threat, you're someone that meets it. Again, which probably got you into a lot of trouble. You are not someone that backs away or shuns away in fear. You face it, which again has got you into trouble. And what your ancestors are telling you is that that's just part of their heritage. It's just accepting who you are and what you are and realizing. And the more you delve into this your spirituality, whatever that may be, whatever it is that you resonate with more that gives you a higher frequency, the more in control you will be, and the more you'll be able to see what your triggers are. You probably haven't had a good life, but by the same token, if you're surrounded by people, I get a feeling that you might be an empath, but you don't realize you are, because you might think that's a bit silly. But you can feel other people's emotions. You can feel other people's trauma. You can feel a lot of people's the injustice they have been through, and it's boiled over. No nightshade. Sorry, my cat's trying to get on the bed. On the table. He's so loud on the bed, but he's not loud on the table when I'm doing my readings. And he's giving me a look. But yeah, your next big adventure is definitely a spiritual one. Getting reacquainted with your ancestors. Finding more out about yourself and your gifts. Yeah, symbols, messages. Curiosity, open, warm. So going through this, it will definitely balance you. And not just that, it will teach you ways to sort of shield yourself so it doesn't impact you more. Like it is kind of a superpower, but it can be a pain in the ass superpower that you inherited from your ancestors. It definitely keeps you very curious. And sorry about my cat. He is being very cheeky at the moment. Curious and warm. I might grab another card from this pile, actually. Yeah. Vision, dreamer, visions, trance, apparitions. When you go through this process, you're going to be at the bottom of the... I'm going to show you this because it's at the bottom. You've got rebirth, feasting, and joy at the bottom of the deck. So it is really just getting reacquainted with your soul, with your ancestors, this next adventure. As someone with a kind of a spiritual background, well, I do tarot and that. It's quite an interesting adventure you're going on. It is definitely it's what you need at this time. And it's understanding the gifts you have inherited from your ancestors and understanding your abilities, that a lot of the emotions you feel and trauma that you're feeling is not necessarily yours, but you feel like it's yours. And ciphering what's yours and what's theirs, other people's. Which I would not be surprised, depending on your spiritual practice, if you became some kind of spiritual healer of sort, or some of you might even go into exorcisms, or pretty high up in your spiritual community, like you'll be getting in touch with that. I'm picking up cleanses as well, doing house cleanses, things of that nature. You're definitely going to be having a lot of visions and trances and seeing a lot of apparitions. I mean, it's going to be pretty full on your next adventure. I was not expecting that one to come out. Okay, nightshades, don't knock over anything. But it's definitely, it will bring you a lot of peace, internal peace, and you'll be learning practices to bring you peace. It's definitely it will be a time of severing cords that don't serve you, that you've been clinging on to and not realize that have got latched onto you. Whatever it is, the spiritual practice, you could end up being a shaman as well, but it's going to be, your next adventure will end up being having such a massive impact on your life. For the rest of your life. This will be a very much an eye-opener. Pile number one. Okay, pile number one, I hope you enjoyed your reading, and I'm going on to pile number two now. You feel free to stay and like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Okay, bye for now. Hello, pile number two. So you picked Tiger's Eye here for what your next big adventure will be. So This should be interesting, part number 2. I feel like you probably feel like you're feeling out of whack, out of balance, dizziness, losing strength. Pile number 2 for those of you. There's definitely a lot of you that need a break at present. Feeling overwhelmed. Or actually, you're past feeling overwhelmed. You're just exhausted. Burnout. Okay, so what do we have here, Smith? Overthinking. Taking action, okay. Ruler, lack of empathy, confrontation, okay. Scholar, investigation, research. Like Barkle. I can be independent and successful. I can be alone and not lonely. Being different can be a source of power. There is magic in the world, and I can perceive it. Interesting. I'm picking up on someone who's in a work environment. I don't know if you're... what it is. I'm picking... well, with the scholar and the investigation, it's either research. So whether it's science, I'm picking up journalism too. It's definitely a job where you're investigation, but the environment you're working in is a really poor environment where there's a lot of confrontation, unnecessary competition and confrontation. There's no empathy. It's very analytical, very cutthroat, and there's a part of you that just wants to branch out and do something you desire. I think your next big adventure is you going alone, whatever job it is, you're definitely planning on something. Your next adventure has something to do with stepping away and being more independent, which keeps coming up on many of my readings. Like a lot of people are stepping away from big groups and really trying to be as independent as possible. And just, I get a feeling that a lot of yours work has to do with travel. I wouldn't be surprised if you travel, especially if you're either journalist or scientist. Maybe you work for a company or something where you travel a lot for work. It could be even medical field for some of you. It's as if you want to do something and go alone. You might want to go into a completely different career. But it's definitely something to do with traveling for your career. Whether it's starting up like a YouTube channel or Vimeo or something where you're sponsored and you travel to places and investigate things. Some of you might be a paranormal investigator, which isn't really sciencey, it's pseudoscience, but yeah, it's this stepping away from the crowd where there's a lot of... it's as if, like, with this overthinking and taking action, it feels like unnecessary action that doesn't necessarily... you're in an environment where you don't need to take action, and maybe if people put their thinking caps on and actually worked as a team, there wouldn't be confrontation. but you're in an environment where people have got their heads up their ass. Shouldn't say it like that, but it feels like that. That's what I'm picking up on. It's this energy of you have these people that are trying to be the boss of a team instead of working in a team and saying, I'm the leader, but they're not a very good, they're shit at leadership and they don't really know what they're doing. And it's as if you're wanting to step away and do something different. You're probably working on that now. Like, it's probably going to take a while for you to sort of build this new career up and step away. But I get a feeling that you might actually be forced to, sorry about that, pile number 2. So some cards fell out, which I'll show you them. So this is quite telling. So the first card that flew out. So you got the 3 of Swords, the Lovers, and the Sun. I got a feeling that a lot of you are in this really high tension environment and a relationship breaks down, which you really, it's a very impulsive, drastic change that you go through. Yeah, this card fell out too. All these cards are full. You've got the Fool that fell out. That will cause you to go on this new adventure because you'll be broken. It's like the catalyst. The end of this relationship is like the catalyst for you to end toxic environments, relationships. It's taking its toll on you and you're just like, I'm going out on a whim here. You might be thinking for a time, oh, what was I thinking? I shouldn't have done that impulsively, but it's the catalyst for the change you need in your life. Because at the end of the day, is there truly ever a right time for anything? Okay. Now let's see what this situation says. Five of Wands, arguments, celebration. Okay. I think a lot of your friends, family, and loved ones will be proud of you for taking this step, even though they're going to be shocked. It's going to be a cutthroat decision, but it's a change you need. I think you're going to get a lot of support. You've got 2 of Wands at the bottom. You're going to get a lot of support from people, your loved ones. So it's as if for a split second, yes, it was an impulsive decision, but it's the Queen of Swords where you're in. It wasn't an emotional decision. It was very analytical. You probably felt like you're being suffocated and you're just like, cut it off. And your hopes and fears. So your fears are with the 5 of Cups here. It's like, oh, have I made the wrong choice? Sorry for swearing, but oh, shivers, have I made the wrong choice? Your fear is it's an impulsive choice. And you think, oh, don't tell me I'm crying over spilled milk. But this is very much an awakening. You're shedding your old skin. You're shedding your old life. You're going to be getting help and support from, this is your community, your friends, your family, your loved ones. There's people that have been watching the situation. I'm like, I don't know how this person's been doing it. But you're going to get a lot of support and help, which is going to, with the 3 of Cups here, you're going to be a lot happier and you're going to be able to have more time with friends and actually enjoy time with your friends and loved ones is what I'm picking up on. And just doing what you love. It's as if you're finding yourself and falling in love with yourself again. Yeah, destruction and endings. Excitement, frenzy, journey. So it's going to be a very interesting time for you. It's not quite a Tower moment, but it's definitely something you needed to feed your soul. A new direction. Cutting out toxic ties in your life. I would not be surprised if there is still travel involved, but it's very much you doing it on your own and then meeting people along the way that have the same vision and hopes as you do and working together. You're burning away what does not serve you and your passions. Pile number 2. It's going to be a very exciting time for you. And yeah, enjoy the process. Like, there's going to be a lot of worry and anxiety. And it's going to be interesting. You'll be finding your feet in unexpected areas. It's as if you'll be worried about where you're going to go, and it's as if you always seem to land on your feet like a cat. So it might be, the strings might be tight, but you always seem to land on your feet, pile number 2, which surprises you and amazes you at the same time. All right, pile number 2, I hope you enjoyed your reading. Like and subscribe if you did, and yeah, feel free to stay for pile number 3's reading. And enjoy your adventure. I hope you have I'm picking up a lot of enjoyment and a lot of awe and wonder coming in for you. And enjoy the process. Pile number 2. Bye for now. Hello, pile number 3. So you picked this stone, carnelian. I fell in love with, I was so drawn to this, and one of the reasons I was drawn is to this imperfection here. I was so drawn to it because at the end of the day, nothing is truly ever perfect, is it? Everything has its thorns. But you pick this beautiful carnelian, pile number 3, and let's get stuck into your reading and see what your next big adventure will be. Okay, pile number 3. Let's turn these cards over and see what we've got. So we've got priest, Spirit's faith, painter, priority creation, sensible determination, certainty. Bury standing stones. I seek knowledge and receive greater knowledge when I am ready. Greater power means greater responsibility. It is a natural part of life. To exude and include discernment is necessary. Okay, well, I was picking up on a very religious area that you come from. I'm picking up on someone who has very religious beliefs that is probably might be impacting their health or reproductive health. You might want to use discernment when dealing with people of your religion, because it will impact your health, especially reproductive. I was picking up reproductive health, issues with reproductive. Okay. It's definitely a case of you using your discernment. I'm picking up on stagnation. Like there's not really an adventure happening here for you, pile number 3. There might be, but I think it's more you fighting for rights that you were unaware were being stripped from you. That will be impacting your health and potential children's health, just due to sheer ignorance and religious belief. And I'm picking up an abuse of authority and power on each side. But that's a fact of life, regardless of what. Both sides abuse power and take things for granted and use things as they are. What's all these cards flying out? Sorry, pile number 3. So I'll just show you the card that flew out. You've got the 4 of Swords here. So whatever issue has been plaguing you that you're unaware of is making you really exhausted and tired. And when this 4 of Swords come out, it's definitely the card. That's the card of you either need to rest and recoup. So find out what's making you so fatigued and exhausted, or taking a much needed break. Or Spirit's going to put you in a position where you're going to take the rest you need. Source, God, whatever it is you want to term it as. You're going to be put into a position where you need to rest. And I get the feeling it has something to do with your reproductive health. Reproductive system that's making you. There's going to be issues regarding that. I just think there's a lot of ignorance surrounding the situation. So Source really needs you to take like a rest. Well, you might have to take a holiday and rest. That might be your next big adventure where you're going away somewhere and most of the time you're just like resting. Okay, so Wheel of Fortune, 9 of Wands. Yeah, you're exhausted. There's definitely wealth coming in, but a lot of exhaustion for you. The Devil. 9 of Wands. You feel like you're in a position where you've got to work and work and work and push yourself really hard. And at the bottom, you've got the World card here. So there's a lot of internal conflict happening. I don't know if you might have been abused as a child. That might be an issue coming up. But there's like addictions. When it says addictions with the Devil card here, I think it's more like you working too much. You're working too much. You need to slow down and take it. And your hopes and fears, you're thinking that with the King of Wands here, you've got to get things done. You've got to be moving all the time. You've got the Page of Pentacles as if you're starting you're trying to plant seeds for your financial future. But you're exhausted, you're tired, you're overworked. And you've got the 7 of Cups here. You're not making the right choice. You're not seeing the right options. And then you've got the 4 of Cups where there's options available to you, but you've got your mind set up on these other options. And you're unsure. And it's causing you a lot of fatigue and exhaustion, pile number 3. You're feeling you've got to work and work. It's as if Spirit wants you to take a step back. It's not necessarily being on an adventure. It's more of you just taking a step back, breathing, resting, recouping, and trying to get back in balance. And it's more of Spirit, once that happens, it's if you're going to be given options, sensei options into working smarter, not harder. Because you have this mindset of, I need to work really hard or else I don't deserve this. Where it's like, no, you can work smarter and not harder. Or you're not taking such a toll on your body. And there's issues with your body from probably something that you suppressed so long ago, or you might know what I'm talking about. But it's caused issues with your body. It's caused trauma in your body. Your body's suffered some form of trauma. And yes, planting the Page of Pentacles is very sensible. You're wanting to plant seeds. You want stability. You want structure, and you feel you've got to work really hard for it. Okay, these 2 cards come out. Hedgewitch, Herb Wisdom, Secrets, Hidden Love. Okay. Merciful One, Compassion, Release and Relief. It's as if you need to... And at the bottom you've got She Who Laughs. Humor, perspective, mirth. You've worked yourself so hard that you are not enjoying life anymore. And to top it off, you've got a lot of trauma built up. And you need to rest before you take any more steps, is what's coming up. So you're watching this reading about your next big adventure. But in actuality, you just need to sort of rest before you do anything else. Release and relief, and learn to work smarter and not harder, and enjoy life. You'll find that you'll get back into the rhythm of enjoying life more. Pile number 3. I feel like I need to pull another card, which I don't do for anyone else. Didn't do for any of the other piles, but I feel like I need to pull all messages out for you, pile number 3. So it's not about thinking about the next great adventure. It's more taking care of yourself before you do anything else. You might be single actually at the moment. Actually, funny I just said that, because I just got a message from Source Spirit that you need to deal with this trauma sort of now before you get into a relationship, because it might ruin the relationship. Yeah. Potential gateway. An assurance. What's this one? The big picture. You've got to think of the big picture. There's going to be lots of opportunities for you. And at the bottom you've got make a wish. There's going to be success is assured. You are a hard worker, but Spirit wants you to sort of address the trauma locked in your body and potential health issues that you might have that you didn't realize you have before you meet someone. And oh, sorry, my cat just tried to jump on the table. Your success is assured. I mean, you have what it takes, but you need to address it. And working smarter, not harder. You're not seeing, there's something you're not seeing. You work hard. You work really, really hard. Pile number 3. But the way you're going and what you're wanting to succeed, it's going to destroy your health. Period. You need to work smarter and not harder. And you need to address these issues that you suffered from. A lot of secrets and hidden things that have been hidden from you are definitely going to be coming to the surface. And if they don't, it's going to create more havoc on your body. Pile number 3. But take what resonates, do you. And yeah, if you enjoy my readings, like and subscribe. And this is the end of your reading, pile number 3. Bye for now.